Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Mandy and we are setting up my weekly spread in my planner. And if you are not aware, my planner is back. I was without it for about 2 months, and in those 2 months I actually started creating a different layout for myself as I was finding some different needs for myself, wanting to simplify as always, but wanting to simplify when you have so much happening can be pretty difficult. So I'm going to kind of come in and out with a voiceover here to explain what I'm doing, to explain the areas of my planner, and hopefully you guys can get some inspiration or motivation in any area you are looking for today to plan your own weekly happenings. So that first page that I just flipped from, that's on the other side of my weekly page 1. And I really like having a page for different lists. Sometimes when I make too many sections for lists, I get overwhelmed. Well, on the other side there, it had 2 bigger sections for lists and 3 or 4, I can't remember, but 3 or 4 sections for some smaller lists. Some areas of my life require way more things to be done, and then some areas just require something or a couple things, or maybe even just some notes to be taken. So as you can see, I am creating the list for the week. Now, if you've seen any of my previous videos a while back now, since I haven't had my planner for a little while, but I like to rewrite my list every week. This is mainly because it holds me accountable for things that I didn't get done. If I find myself writing something more than once or twice or 3 times, trust me, I do let it go that many times, then sometimes I realize I need to, let's just say, get on it. So that's what this process is doing for me as I'm writing my list here. I'm creating the categories that I think I need or most likely do need. As you can see, calls are not something I like to do, and I've had this call list for a while. I'm just going to be honest. But I start it at the beginning of every week, and usually I'm adding to it throughout the week. I have really found these lists to be helpful to make sure that I leave quite a bit blank too, just because throughout the week, as I mentioned, I add to it. But a lot of times the way I get to my to-do lists with the hustle and bustle of having the 3 kids around all the time is I will complete a step of something, and then after I've completed that step, I will write the next step in underneath. So I'm not thinking ahead too many steps for something that requires multiple steps. I am trying to make sure that I stick with where I'm at in that process, I guess I would say, and write the next thing down. So now, as you can see, I have my newly created weekly spread for myself. And if you are wondering if this is in the shop, it is not yet, just because I really want to try it out and I want to see if there's any kinks to be ironed out, if there's anything that I feel needs to be added or taken off, because as I mentioned before, I do know that I like to keep track of a lot of different things on one spread because I really don't like flipping the pages too much throughout the week unless I am intentionally going to a different section to spend more time there. But if I'm just trying to be productive and intentional, I really want everything in this one view for myself. So I realize that that can be quite overwhelming for some people or too much. However, there's plenty of other styles on my shop, but for this one in particular, I wanted to make sure it wasn't too overwhelming for myself even. So I like to kind of keep track of the month, and I know that requires some extra writing every week, but as you can see in the top left corner, I wrote down the days of the month. It just helps me to see how many days are left or even gone through, helps me to stay present, helps me to realize what days are coming up, like my daughter's birthday or St. Patrick's Day, all that good stuff. And then in the top boxes underneath the days, I really like to write something that either has to get done or what I call heart moments, which are different things that have happened throughout the day that I really just want to almost like show gratitude for, if that makes sense. I'm not necessarily using it as a memory keeper, but it definitely is something I like to look back on if I keep these and see what was going on that day. Underneath the daily boxes there, I have a space for me, it's one type of thing that I need to plan that day. Like when I sit down and rest, I need to plan specific things for the following week, and that's what those are for. If I was using this for what I've talked about before, like the FlyLady system, I was also thinking that that could be your zone for the day, or your, well, for FlyLady, it wouldn't be zone, but it would be, what's it called? Like a theme for the day that you need to take care of, what specifically you are washing for laundry that day. Like I've thought of all these different ways to use that, but I did want to just put one line there for me to focus specifically on something. And then at the bottom, what I'm filling out right now are my daily routines. Now, you're probably used to seeing me use 3 different sections for my daily routines. I have morning, day, and evening. So to fit everything on this spread, I really wanted to try to like not have to take up 3 sections. So I made just one chart like this. And I don't know if you could tell, but there is a bolder line. I think there's 3 or 4 of them that separate the different blocks of my day. And those are the things I like to do during that block. Something that I'm really loving having on my weekly spread is what I'm filling out right now, which is my weekend to-do list or prep. So these are the things that I need to prepare once a week, most of the time it's on the weekend, in order to stay focused on some of my goals, which are definitely to be getting in more vegetables, making sure I'm having enough protein. A lot of them are health and fitness goals. And those are the things I really, really, really need to do on the weekends. So I am really excited to add that to my weekly spread that I didn't have before. A lot of the things in my shop that I make for myself do have a section for that, but I really like the way that it's set up on this spread here. And finally, I set up my intentionals. These are different areas of my life throughout the week that I really want to plan something specific for, so I can be very intentional in that area of my life. Lastly, I have this last page, which I'm not going to be planning on it, but I'm getting it set up, is for the next week's meal plan. So as I sit down and meal plan this coming week, I will use this page to do so. So you guys, I realize I didn't get to talk about every single little part of this weekly because this video is pretty much just setting it up for the week, and as you can see, I don't write too much in it, but I would love to give you guys a tour of the week and how it goes afterwards. Let me know if you're interested in that. Don't forget to hit the like button and comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I would love to have you here for future videos. You guys have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, and thank you so much for stopping by. Bye now.